Thank you, AI. This is Brother Richie, and welcome to the Backseat Quarterback, Episode 3, Season 3. Still at 150 subscribers. That's okay. I'm just going to power on through, bro. Nobody watching. People care, just nobody watching. New digs, trying out studio situations. This is my kitchen, in case you didn't notice, but I don't mind. September 5th, we got a game in the books. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. First, I want to go prediction week continues. I've done the AFC, NFC divisions, records over under. I'm going to go AFC, NFC championship game and Super Bowl winner. Pretty chalk for me. Even after last night, just weird game. We will get into that later. Was the weirdness that was Dallas, Philly. I also want to talk some analytics today. How important it is to balance run pass. How important turnovers are. And how penalties, not that big a deal. You'd be surprised. Got my top 5 hot seats on the season. My players and / coaches that could be in trouble. I want to talk a little bit. I got a segment this year called That's What He Said. Mostly featuring Nick Wright. This guy, I mean, he's eloquent. And, you know, he's firm in his beliefs, but just because you believe does not make it so. My good friend Rick Terrazas, his mom used to tell him that. Just because you are firm in your belief does not make it so. This guy dropping banners at the Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to be an offensive lineman for KC. And Mahomes is always top of Mahomes Mountain no matter what. And Mahomes wasn't dropped into the best situation ever in the NFL. Look at Brady. We'll get into all that. That's what he said with Nick wrong all year long. Got my hot seats. I want to start out. I'm going to finish up prediction week. AFC championship game. I still don't know what I'm going to say. Buffalo's in the Super Bowl. Playing Kansas City in the AFC championship game. Again. It's time. This is Sports Rock Radio, by the way. I'm going to keep the undertone of music. AI. Got a bunch of backseat quarterback songs, so come in with the intro, phase it down underneath Sports Rock Radio, the original, Brother Richie, your backseat quarterback. September 5th, one game in the books, Super Bowl. Buffalo, KC in the AFC championship game, Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Philly in the Super Bowl. Green Bay, Philly in the NFC Championship. Philly, Buffalo. Philly repeat. Take it to the bank. If you don't mind losing money, maybe. So, Brother Richie, I'm putting the stamp on it. KC, Buffalo. Green Bay, Philly. Buffalo, Philly, Super Bowl. Philly win the Super Bowl. Thank you. You know, I've been tracking almost 60,000 snaps over the last 2 years. Run versus pass. Balance in the NFL. Winning teams. 52% of the time. So the average, winning teams average 52.4% pass, 47.5% run. If you go 50-50, you win the game. Losing teams in the NFL averaged 62% pass, 38% run. If you're passing 60%, you lose. If you're passing 50%, you win. Just say. Sorry. You can probably hear the neighbor, Mr. Chris Town. My good friend Kevin's dad. I live right next door. I moved up the mountain a little bit. Not down by the beach anymore, but it's nice. 10-minute drive to the beach still. It's nice. Yeah. You run 50-50, you win. You pass 60-40, you lose. Get on the ball and say set hut. Get on the ball, quick count, set hut. Blast off the ball. I call it the blocking sled scheme. John Madden, bowling ball, sledgehammer, whatever you want to call it. First 10 plays of the game, no huddle, just muddle. Get on the ball, set hut. Blast off the ball. There's nothing worse than the O-line is in their three-point stance. With the blue 82, hey, kill, 48, XZ. Then you back off, every second that the offensive linemen are in their stance, it's just every second, every split second, the advantage goes to the defense. Kind of irritating that Chris Town has to be doing his trees right now, huh? But I got to get this done. So just get on the ball, say set hut, especially on 4th and inches. There's nothing worse. We're going to go over this I don't know how many times. What the flus, that's going to be a segment. So I'm going to be a lot more positive this year. Backseat quarterback. It's not just bitch about everything. It's not old man get off my lawn, but I'm going to have that segment. What the flus. Got to keep the memory of that guy alive. Matt Eberflus. He's a D coordinator in Dallas. He'll be fine there. But as a head coach, how many times last year? The first time the Bears ever fired a guy midseason. So my What the Flus segment, I will be talking a lot about all the dumb shit that goes on. Play calling, scheme, clock management, game management. But we did talk a lot about Eberflus. So what the flus? Bro, it's 4th and inches. What are we doing in shotgun? With a long snap count. You snap the ball, now it's 4th and 5. Get on the ball and say set hut. Go the first 10 plays. Don't let them substitute you muddle. You don't substitute yourself. Just get on the ball and say set hut 10 times in a row and just see what happens. If you have to punt a couple times, oh well. Just, it's like the blocking sled in practice. When the linemen get on the ball and they know it's going to be one count and go, they just blow off the ball and do it again and again. I don't think it could lose. I think it'd be unstoppable. You talk about tush push. D-line would be gassed in 5-10 plays. They'd be like having to stay on the ground injured, even if they're faking an injury. Gassed. The O-line will be fresh. Set hut. Just try it, somebody. I started writing a book, but I'm too busy for that shit. Yeah. Turnovers. You win the turnover battle, 83.5%. 83.5% of the games you win if you flat out win the turnover battle. If you have more turnovers, you're going to lose 15% of the time. Don't turn the ball over. Run the ball. Now, penalties, 50-50. You can have 9-3 penalties and win. That happens a lot. Less sacks, 75%. So if you have less sacks given, and if you have less turnovers, and if you run the ball, you win the game. Don't get sacked. Don't turn the ball over. Run the ball. Balanced offense. You win the game. It's as easy as that. I don't know how they don't see this. I even look at Notre Dame. Oh, my God. And I love what Coach is doing. Freeman. You got one of the best running backs in the country. It's pouring down rain, and you only run him 5-6 times. I don't understand. So we're going to have our what the floose moments in the segment. You know, I want to get into gambling a little bit. I guess we could do my picks, yeah. You know, everybody sweats and hassles and stresses over the spread in the NFL. It only affects 2 to 3 games a week. The spread. Only 14.5% of games did the spread even have an impact. So if you can just pick the winners first, then look at the spread. I was 58% against the spread because you think about it too much. I was 72% straight up last year. 58 something, 60 almost against the spread. We're going to go again this year. You know, I don't like doing week one. After week one, when I have Philly J here, we'll do some gambling stuff. I think I'm going to stay away from it because week one is just tough. You just don't know. And even after week one is a liar. I say it a lot. You almost know less after week one than you do week 0. Yeah. Survivor pool, I took Philly, and I like Arizona, Denver. You're into that. I love survivor pools. So I just don't understand how I'm tracking 60,000 plays, and I see that if you run the ball, and if you don't turn the ball over, and if you don't get sacked, and I analyze this shit, and where are the head coaches? Where's the assistants? Speaking of assistants, every team, tomorrow, yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, there need to be 2 positions full-time, 2 assistant coach positions. 1, clock management assistant coach. 100% and downtime, days off, you're just thinking about what are every single situation with the clock that you can imagine, even before, half. Clock management. Get a timeout here, coach. Hey, make sure they get this play off in 15 seconds. We don't need the timeout yet. Next play, timeout. No timeout. No matter what, take the 5-yard penalty. Nothing worse than the third quarter burning a timeout because the play clock's running down. Take the 5 yards. That's number 1. Clock management assistant coach. Number 2, game management assistant coach. Coach, do not throw the ball here, period. We got to get to the 2-minute warning or make them burn their timeouts. We cannot have a pass here, coach, period. I don't care if we lose 3 yards. Run the ball. Coach, spike it. Coach, got to get out of bounds here. Coach, in the air. Game management, full-time, 365 a year, goes through every single possibility of what can be happening in a game situation. Can we do that? Some guys, Andy Reid was criticized for his clock management for years in Philly. How do you not have a guy on your headset? And that's all he does. Quarterback, backseat, quarterback. Love this one. Thank you, AI. Run the ball. Don't get sacked. Don't turn it over. You win. Figure it out, people. Assistant, clock management, game management, assistant coaches, 2 full-time positions you in. This segment has been brought to you by Barney eBay. You got something in the garage, put it on eBay. Your buddy has something in the garage, you put it on eBay, you gamble, you bet on a game, winner gets, I got a football, you got a baseball hat. You don't gamble money. I win, I get your football. You win, you get my baseball hat. Check it out, barneybay.com, my friend Alika. I support my friends that are trying because I'm trying. Also, this portion brought to you by storiesbykids.com, one of my other endeavors. Storiesbykids.com, go on the site, post your story. Next 10 stories get a free storiesbykids.com hat. I will send it to you. Hot seats. Usually coaches, top 5 hot seats this season, as I see it. Brother Richie, your backseat quarterback. Brought to you by Not Pods. On my Not Pod channel, I'll be doing YouTube again and Instagram later in the year. Only on YouTube today. I'm going to go my top 5 hottest seats in the NFL. Number 5, Russell Wilson. Usually I reserve this for coaches. But Russ, 4th team in 3 years. Great start with Pittsburgh. Then went 1-4 down the stretch, and they just let you go. Now you land in New York with Daboll, known to be a quarterback guy. And I need you, bro, for Malik Neighbors. I really like Malik Neighbors this year. Floundered down the stretch last year. In his last 3 seasons, 3,500 yards in 22, 3,000 yards in 23, 2,500 yards last year. I know he'll play 2/3 of the year. 11 TDs and 5 touchdowns. Passer rating under 100. Russell Wilson, you're number 5 on the hot seat. Number 4, Shane Steichen. NFL coaches don't have long these days. Used to be, give them a year or 2, get their guys. It's win now. Win now or bust. Jim Irsay's gone. I'm not sure how he was pretty compulsive. Not sure how his family's going to go. He's 17-17 in 2 seasons, but not developing AR5 when you pick him 5th, and he's on the verge of being cut. This guy's supposed to be a quarterback guru, so that gives me pause. Shane Steichen, fighting for his job. Number 3, Kevin Stefanski. It's hard to say this about a 2-time coach of the year, but you got 4 quarterbacks. If you got 4 quarterbacks, I guess you got Flacco. What? 3-14 last year. He's 40-45, under 500 through 5 years. Did win a playoff game with Baker in Pittsburgh. I think that was his 2nd year. QB situation a mess. Coming off 3-14. Terrible ownership. Good luck, Kevin Stefanski. Fighting for your life. Hot seat, number 3. Number 2, Mike McDaniel. Just the witty, quirky, funny, off-kilter, offbeat. That's lost its luster for sure. Offense struggled last year, and that's what this guy's about. Scheme, getting guys open. Tyreek had 1 catch over 30 yards after game 1 last year. Tua, concussion problems, O-line, defense, guys bailing ship and talking shit. Mike McDaniel, the hottest of seats. Number 1, to me, high expectations. John Mara. I already told him straight up, this is a must-win year. Brian Dable, New York Giants. 3-14 season, 18-32 overall. Did win a playoff game with Daniel Jones in Minnesota. That's going to be an ancient history. Time goes fast in the NFL, baby. Brian Dable, number 1. Can we bring Russell around? Jackson Dart looked great in preseason. We'll see. Russ, bounce back here. Brian Dable, go save your job, but you are number 1 on my hot seat. I want to talk a little bit about yesterday's game. Lord knows I am an NFL conspiracy theorist. And there's nothing you can say, Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, there's nothing you can say to convince me that the officials didn't have a little bit to do with Taylor Swift being in the fucking Super Bowl. I'll go back and make a video conglomerate of all the shit. Every time the flag flies and every time the incomplete pass and every time the official has a flag in his hand, oh, no need. Oh, but it's going to catch it. Oh, offensive PI. Holding, our ball, defensive pass interference on them, first down us. That's what it felt like last year. I don't care what anybody says. You can call me crazy. I know what I see, and the internet blew up about this shit, and that's why they couldn't call the Super Bowl that way. They got the Swifties now. It doesn't have to be that way anymore, NFL. The gambling side. It's just, the ghetto actions of some people. How you spit. Dak Prescott spit on the ground in front of you, spit right on his jersey. What the fuck is that? I don't understand if it's upbringing. I don't know if it's genes or what, bro. And every play, the fucking just extracurricular. Get back to the fucking huddle. Don't fucking spit on guys. Is it a cultural thing? Society issue? I hate to say, but it's never a Cooper DeJean or a Jared Goff. Call me racist, bro. It's ghetto shit. And it's fucking frustrating as shit, bro. First, not even a play into the game. You're spitting. You're spitting on your whole team. Just like Collinsworth, you're spitting on your coach and your team and your fans when you do that shit. Have some self-control. I mean, you want to win. But it's like, you know what? Sit on the bench for 3 more fucking games. Fucking idiot. Take that money for sure, bro. If I make $500 in a night, great. If I make once in a while, I push $1,000 in one night, then I'm ecstatic, head over heels, laughing to the bank, and they make 500 times that per game and acting like this. I remember Charles Barkley once said, I am not a role model. Bullshit. Kids are watching. You're getting paid this money. You're on TV. You're a fucking role model, bro. Be better than that. It's fucking aggravating. Pisses me off. I make $500. You make 500,000. $1 million a game. And act like that and get kicked out before the game even starts. But then I wonder, 75 to 80% of the money on Philly. What if their best defensive player's out? And if it is, if my conspiracy theory is true and it runs deep, and I'm not saying it does, and I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm not sure I believe it. But if there is, because it's billions and billions of dollars, and I don't think they're leaving that to chance. I bet I don't know how much money was bet, but I do have I look up where the money goes in Vegas, and 75% of the money obviously was on Philly last night. I think 80 some percent on the money line, with the spread 72% money on Philly. And Vegas wasn't built on losing. They don't have all that glitter and splash and sky rises and the strip because they lose money. And it just makes me wonder, is it, hey, I know where your kid goes to school. Here's what's going to happen. I know your address. I know your puppy. So what you're going to do is XYZ. I don't know. Put it out there, I don't want Jimmy Chainsaw coming in his van, but makes me wonder. Somebody has to say it. I mean, some conspiracy it's not theory, it's fact. Like the grassy knoll is a fact. There's no way some guy with a stock rifle, single action, fired 3 shots off and the bullet went like this, and this through his head and his leg. It's impossible. But they want us to believe it. So conspiracy fact. They wanted Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. It's extra $100 billion extra in revenue. Forever. Now you got the Swifties hooked. Even if Casey's not in it, they don't have to be in it anymore, by the way. Roger Goodell. They don't have to be in the Super Bowl anymore. You got your Swifties on board. What happened to the coffin corner punt? That guy Mann for the Eagles had a couple of them, nice ones. Even if it goes out inside the 20, keep it away from that guy. Coffin corner. That used to be a staple in the 70s and 80s. Now they just try, the super high, but coffin corner, baby. Even if it comes out to the 20, oh well. Better than giving that guy a chance. You got a guy like Turpin. Another controversial. I'm going to say it. Everything is so fucking, LBGQT. Everything, shove it down our throats. Who you sleep with on your own time. Why do I have to know about it? And what does it fucking matter? But if I ever say, hey, I'm straight and proud. Oh, you're a racist and a fascist and a Nazi. But I'm gay and proud and you have to believe and love me for that. And, I don't. I respect you, but why do you shove it down our throats? Have you seen the latest? I don't think they took it off. The NFL is inclusive. LBG. The NFL is gay. It says. You can freeze frame it. It says the NFL is gay, and it's not. People, it's the farthest thing. It's a real man's sport. It is not gay. And I've heard ex-players and current players saying, why are they bringing this shit in? I call it phobic. I've heard players talk about a lot of shit goes on in the locker room. If somebody is gay in there, that's going to change the whole feeling, the dynamic of a locker room. That's why nobody comes out, even if they are. Nassib came out. He's long gone. This is a man's sport. Can't we have one thing for ourselves? And women play, and it's a first down. I'll have a woman president. I'll have a woman boss. I love women. I don't love them calling my NFL games. Can we have one spot that's just for men without being bigoted and racist and sexist? Is that possible? But then I see they're calling taunting when a guy just barely stands up. Maybe the NFL is gay. I don't know. Get the taunting. Let them taunt a little bit. It's an emotional sport. Guys are risking their life. Somebody is going to die on the field one day, and not just from a heart attack. Somebody's going to snap their neck and die. It's inevitable. They're so fucking fast and strong these days. Every single play you could die. Let them celebrate. Let them taunt. Big fucking deal. Brother Richie, your backseat quarterback. I'm out. I'll see you Tuesday.